Hello, my people. Welcome back to my channel once again. Yaya Kuke, Kedu, Bonjour, Wagwan, Báwo ni? How is everyone doing today? Okay, so today I'll be taking you to the western part of Nigeria. True food. Okay, we're going to be visiting the western part of Nigeria today, and this is a delicacy called Ewa Agoyin. For my people from the western part of Nigeria, I'm sure you're very familiar with this food. It's a street food basically in Lagos, Ibadan, Ogun State, and it's like 80% oil. I mean, this food is beans, mashed beans with its sauce, and it's like oil. I mean, it's very delicious. Okay, so I'll be making use of plantain to go along with it for the purpose of this video. Some people love to have theirs with bread or yam. I love anyone as well. So we'll be using plantain, and I'll be showing you guys how I made this sauce with very little ingredients. Okay, so let's get straight into it. So for the beans, you need just two ingredients basically. That's your honey beans and onions. That's all. And salt to taste. Then for the sauce, you need your cayenne pepper. That's the dried one. You need paprika, onions, seasoning cube, crayfish, blended crayfish. Then blended pepper. That's still the same cayenne pepper, the blended one. And of course your paprika. Then palm oil. You need palm oil as well, lots of palm oil, then your plantain. Okay, so the first thing you do is to put your water on fire. Once the water is boiled, you pour in your beans. That's after washing the beans. Make sure you wash your beans properly. So I washed the beans and I'm pouring it into a boiling water. Okay, that's the first thing you want to do, is to put your beans on fire. Okay, this pot is actually very small for the beans, so I eventually changed the pot. Changed the pot because this one was a little bit too small for the quantity of the beans. So then you add your onions to the beans. So pour your pepper into a bowl, then add hot water into it and allow it soak for about 5 minutes. But if you have time, let's say you are cooking your beans the following day, you can soak it with cold water overnight. But because I don't have time, I did it almost immediately. So you pour your pepper into your blender, then add your onions and your paprika. I used the fresh paprika as well. So those three ingredients are the ones I poured into the blender, and then I blended everything together until it's not roughly blend. Like you're not going to blend it roughly, and at the same time it's not going to be smooth. Do you understand? It's going to be in between rough and smooth. I don't know if you understand what I mean. So you're going to at least let little seeds show. Like it's not going to be completely rough, and at the same time it's not going to be completely smooth. Okay, that consistency, you want to see seeds in it. All right, so I blended it. I blended everything together. Just add little water, just to give you that paste, that consistency that is not too watery and at the same time not too thick. Okay, so after doing that, you're going to pour it into a pot and then boil it. Yeah. So I just thought to put this out there. If you have a pressure pot, it's always nice to use your pressure pot for your beans. I don't have a pressure pot, that's why I'm using the regular beans, and of course it will take longer time to cook. But if you have a pressure pot, it's best to use your pressure pot to cook your beans. So that's it, guys. Let's get back into our video. So after blending, pour it into a pot and allow it steam for about 5 minutes or 10 minutes, depending on the quantity. The longer it takes to cook. So just leave it, just allow the water dry a little bit. So in another empty pot, pour in your palm oil. Always allow the palm oil to be more than the paste because it's Ewa Agoyin. Of course, it's majorly palm oil. So make it like 80% palm oil and then 20% your blended puree. Do you understand? So the palm oil is usually like times 3 of the puree. All right, so we are not bleaching the oil actually, because of course this is not ayamase or fada, so we're not we're not bleaching the oil, but you're going to allow it steam for a while. Let it be hot, very hot, but you're not bleaching at the same time. So you pour in your sliced onions. I'm sorry guys, I forgot to show you how I sliced the onions. You are going to slice it thin, like make it very thin, little slices, long stripes. All right, as you can see in the video, long stripes. So you pour it into the palm oil. Make sure the palm oil is very hot, but please guys, keep your house ventilated, okay? So when you do that, just keep stirring it until the onions turn golden brown, until it turns golden brown, okay? Then after it turns golden brown, remove it from the hot oil. You know the oil is still on fire, so you remove it from it because you don't want it to burn completely. At the same time, you want it to show on the oil. You know, the way those market women sell theirs, very nice. It's always looking very nice. So you don't want it to burn because it's still going back into the fire. So you don't want it to turn black even before it starts frying with the pepper. So you want to remove it because it's still going back. It will still keep cooking, you know. So you don't want it to turn completely burnt before you are done with your. So you remove it, then pour in your puree. As you can see, the consistency is not too thick and it's not too watery. So you pour it into the oil, the boiling oil, okay? Make sure it's not bleached. You want to still have that redness, okay? That redness, that's red color, all right? So you're going to pour in the paste and then keep stirring. The sauce is not something you leave on fire and then leave the kitchen. No, you want to stay there, okay? So you keep stirring it until it turns brown, all right? Just keep stirring it, okay? So now let's add our ingredients to the sauce, right? So I added 1 tablespoon of blended pepper. Just 1 tablespoon of blended pepper, so it's not too spicy. Okay, so the next thing I added is my crayfish, blended crayfish. I added 2 full tablespoons. That's because I love crayfish a lot. So I added 2 tablespoons. Then I also added seasoning cube, just 1 seasoning cube. You know crayfish is sweet on its own, so there's no need to overwhelm the whole food with Maggi. So I added just 1 seasoning cube. So I added 1 teaspoon of salt to taste. Yes. So after that, I stirred it again. You want to keep stirring it. You can see it's already turning brown. It's not as red as when we first added it into the oil. It's becoming brown now. So then I also added ginger, just 1 teaspoon of powdered ginger. Okay, 1 teaspoon of powdered ginger. Then I kept stirring it. Kept stirring and stirring and stirring, okay? Make sure your cooker is on low heat. Please, you don't want it to burn. At the same time, you want it to cook slowly. Yeah. So you keep stirring till it turns brown, okay? This is like 5 minutes after. You see it's turning brown already. So let's check on our beans. Yes, the beans has been on fire for, let's say, 45 minutes now. It's becoming softer, as you can see. So you always want to add water, little water to it. If it's getting dry, you add more water till it becomes very soft. If it was pressure pot, yeah, it would have been done by now, but it's a regular pot, so we have to be patient. Okay, meanwhile we are still checking on our sauce, we are still stirring. Then I added salt to the beans. At this point it's becoming softer, so at that point I added salt to it. That's the only thing you need to add to your beans, guys. Onions and salt, that's all you need for the beans. Please, you don't need any other thing, because it's honey beans, so it's sweet on its own, right? Yeah. So at this point I put the oil for plantain on fire. That's the oil I'll use to fry the plantain. It's on fire, it's hot, so I started frying the plantain too, since the beans is almost ready and our sauce is almost ready, just so everything becomes ready at the same time, and you have it hot and sizzling. You know what I mean? Guys, don't mind me. So I'm frying the plantain. Meanwhile, I'm still checking on our sauce. You don't want it to burn. You don't want to leave it for too long, and don't go far away from it. So we're still stirring. You can see, guys, it's turning brown already. So at this point, you want to pour back the onions. Remember the onions we removed from it. So we poured it back into it and allow it cook together till the end. So I kept stirring and stirring. You can see, guys, look at the consistency. Just look at this beauty, guys. Look at this beauty. So you keep stirring till it turns brown. That brown color you see on the streets, guys. Look at it. Isn't she beautiful? So you keep stirring. The palm oil is actually a good one, a very good one. So you keep stirring and stirring until it gives you that color you want. All right. So we kept stirring. At this point, we've added all our ingredients already. So all you just need to do is to keep stirring it till it gives you that blackness that you want. So the plantain is ready. So this is me taking it off the fire. So everything is becoming set, guys. As in, I can't wait for you to have a try of this meal. So guys, let me know in the comment section, what do you like to have your Ewa Agoyin with? Is it plantain? Is it yam? Is it bread? Or is it the three? Let me know, guys. I love to have mine with anyone. Either of the three goes, whether plantain or bread or yam. But sometimes it depends on my mood, actually. Sometimes I want yam, sometimes I want plantain, sometimes I like it with bread, and sometimes I like it just plain like that, or even gari, So that's it, guys. We're done frying the plantain. So we're going to be keeping that aside. So the next thing we want to do again, finally, is to check on our beans, since it's the only one we are waiting for now at this point. So what you want to do is to mash your beans, guys. If you mash it, if you have a mixer, allow the beans cool off. Yes, you can allow the beans cool off, and then you use your mixer. Cake mixer. You can actually use that. Yes, if you don't have the time or the strength to keep mashing and mashing, just use your mixer. All right, or you use potato mash. You can use anyone. For me, I'm using my turning stick. So you want to mash it and mash it and mash it until it becomes very soft, and it just gives you that mash look. Okay, so at this point I covered it again and then mash it again the second time. You want the water to be dry, like make it really thick. Okay, when it's thick and you can see the water is dried, then you want to mash it again for the last time. You want to really mash it, guys. If you can get a bigger turning stick, it will be nice. You just want it to look very soft and uniform. Okay, so you keep mashing, mash it until it becomes very, very soft and nice. The way it looks now. Yeah, so that's it, guys. That's basically it, and we are done. Our Ewa Agoyin is ready. Okay, so that's it basically, guys. Just keep mashing until it's dry. Okay, so that's it, guys. It's ready and it's been served. Okay, so that's our beans, our plantain, and of course the main sauce, which is our Ewa Agoyin sauce. You can see it's dripping of oil. Like the oil has to be floating. It has to be floating on top of it. If you know those women that sell it, they usually go with extra oil. Like they have extra oil in their kegs, just to keep refilling it and refilling. Once the oil is going down, you want to keep refilling it, because Ewa Agoyin is oil, guys. It's basically oil. Okay, it's not such a healthy meal, for our farm feed people. This is not the meal for you. But once in a while, you just want to have a taste of something different, something local. Okay, and once we're not hot now, Abby. So that is it, guys. That's the sauce. So that's me serving it. That's it, guys. That's our sauce. I mean, just look at it. Look at this beauty, guys. Just take a look. Just take a look, guys. So let me know if you're going to try this, or if you love Ewa Agoyin and what you love to have it with. Okay, so that's it, guys, basically. So that's it, guys. It's been served. I hope this video was helpful. Okay, please subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your people, tell your church members. Okay, till I see you guys in my next video. Please take care and stay safe. Bye.